What's up YouTube, ODST General back again with Flashpoint. This is a board game that was just recently released and adapted to video game formats. We will be playing solo today under the family rules for the game, which is kind of the basic mode. So there's a lot of features missing from it, like specialized firefighters, the fire engine, and like the gurney and stuff. So this is pretty basic just to give you guys kind of a feel for the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to place down a few different firefighters. Now the nice thing is that even playing by yourself, you can place down, you know, multiple people to make gameplay a little bit easier, a little bit more viable. So just a nice little thing we can do. So we're going to place a few people down here. Thinking might do this a little bit differently than I have previously. Fire is pretty bad here, so what we're going to do is we're going to place down 3 people and we're going to start this. So the first person to get any action is our first firefighter here. So we're just going to go ahead and actually we're going to save up a couple of points for the next turn here. Then we're going to break down this wall. So the building has 24 things of structural integrity. We just took out 2 of those by breaking down that wall on the exterior. Probably not the best fire to try and put out, but that's fine. So basically, my goal... Oh, that's, kind of made that pointless, didn't it? Anyways, my goal by making a hole there is that it'll be a quick route of, you know, ingress and egress from it. So I can just go in like this. And, thankfully that was actually a victim. It could have been a false alarm, but it wasn't, so... There's always the chance more people might appear in here too, so that's something I'm also trying to keep in mind. Didn't mean to do that, but that actually kind of works out a little bit better. So we got most of that fire extinguished. We have several heating up areas where the smoke's appearing, so that's a good chance that's going to spread here pretty quick. So let's go ahead. We got our victim into the medical area. We got them out of the house, so they're safe to go. And we're just going to go ahead and extinguish all this smoke in here. Probably should have tried to get in the other room, but that's fine. Fire spreading a little bit here, but that's fine. So after each firefighter takes a turn, oh, that's kind of no bueno. After each firefighter takes a turn, the fire advances some. So there's a false alarm there. So we're just going to take this opportunity to clear that smoke and start progressing towards this potential victim up here. Now I can call out to a victim to see if they're actually a victim. That person's done now if they are a victim. Oh wait, no, didn't spread quite that far, so that's good. So we're going to call out. So it looks like all 3 markers are victims currently. So hopefully, yeah, that person's done. Oh, Well, despite it going off, it actually seems that that was not a victim. Or perhaps, I don't know, maybe that just is to tell us where the points of interest are. That would make more sense given the fact that it doesn't cost any points, I guess. Okay, can't get too far, but get that smoke extinguished and head back out here. Well, yeah, we just lost one of the victims there, unfortunately. The fire hit another location where there was already a fire causing an explosion. Get this person out. Nice, quick rescue. So we had to try and rescue, I think, 7 people was the objective for this particular one. I can't remember for sure. Okay, another victim's out, and clear the fire, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to continue using this guy to try and get this fire down here. We're going to put him in kind of a risky spot. I'm actually going to move him into this room so that way he's ready to extinguish more of these next time he's up. It's risky because if fire hits pretty much anywhere in that room, he's going to get hit by it. So, you know, it's unfortunate, but it's hardly the end of the world, I guess. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to extinguish that, and we're going to start moving over here. We're going to use the yellow guy to rescue that person, or potential victim, and we're going to actually move this red firefighter up here to this door. Check that, so that's a false alarm, and we're going to turn that to smoke. Alright, so we got a couple more fires extinguished there with him, so that's it's kind of something going on. Let's knock that smoke down before it becomes anything potentially threatening. So the problematic areas are these areas here where the smoke's starting to build up. That's gonna be kind of potentially a big deal. It's not so bad right now. But if fire hits on any of those smoke locations, it's gonna cause a fire to pop up just like that. So it's one of those things, you know, the smoke doesn't cause any sort of immediate danger, but it's definitely something you gotta be kind of on the lookout for. It's definitely something that can pose a threat if you're not kind of careful with it. So that fire here is almost out. That entire room was pretty much on fire, so that's not too bad. So that ended up being a false alarm, unfortunately. So we're going to start moving the yellow firefighter back up to this point of interest here. Oh, correction, I guess he's going to go there and then over that way. But first, let's check this. So that is, in fact, a victim. We're going to grab the victim, but we're going to put this fire out while we're here. And we're going to hit that smoke tank, and then we're going to move him out this way. Our red guy is up here. He's going to be knocking that fire down again and ending his turn. Now, I could use a single action point to turn the fire into smoke, but the problem is that if that smoke's adjacent to another fire, it will catch fire again immediately, so there isn't really much point in going about it that way. And I'm actually going to close this door. I'm going to use a point to close it. Just that way, if this fire were to hit here, that wouldn't pop out and hurt my character at all. There's no chance of that happening, so. Ignore that smoke for a minute. I don't think it would actually cause an explosion. I would probably be fine, but we're just going to do it that way anyways. Nope, don't do that. Don't do that. Move you that way. Have you extinguish that. We'll start working towards this room where it's all smoke. Because the next thing of fire there is going to cause a big fire in that room. Just kind of kill two birds with one stone. Check that and then go in. So that's going to turn to fire. So there's our fourth victim rescued. We can now head back in and do some more damage here. So that room's all fire now. Oh well. We're gonna double back. There's another victim, so we're gonna actually extricate that person first. And then we'll go back in and fight the fire. So we do have another person over on the backside there. So what I'll probably do is fight my way in through here with the yellow guy. Fight this and then use him to rescue that person if it is a victim. So that was our 6, so we need to rescue one more person here to consider this a victory. So we're actually going to double back now because that other person just popped up, so we're going to change our plans. That is in fact a victim. Don't have enough points to move him, so we're just going to clip him up and then end the turn. That person's in trouble down there though. So I have enough to break down this wall and get through to him the next turn. Let's see. 1, 2. No, I think we're better off just doing this. Using this guy to knock down these fires in here and then having this other guy come through. Once again, I'm going to save up a point because that would turn the smoke to fire if I were just knock one down in just a tad bit. Start getting the yellow firefighter closer to the exit here. Knock out this fire first. Just try and get a straight path to the victim in there. And speaking of victims, we're getting another one out. So that is that's 7 people. So technically we just won, but we're gonna try and rescue some more because why not? So we're gonna send him back in. That's all of his points for the turn. We'll get him towards that main room. So you can see there was an explosion there that actually damaged a couple more wall points. So. This guy's now kind of in slightly less good spot. Still probably not too bad because we're just gonna... Well, you know what? We're actually gonna save that point. We'll knock open that door next turn and then go after that fire. So we're just gonna end his turn with 2 points. So we're going to start moving him back to knock out the smoke in this room. Just try to keep the fire clear. Actually, I should move him down, taking it out of that room, but that's fine. Alright, so now he's got 6 points, so we're going to use 1 to kick open the door. Another 2 to do that, so we got 3 points left, so we'll use 1 to do that, and then the last 2 to knock out this other fire. Oh, maybe that was a good choice. I don't know. So we'll move him out this way, because that other person, the other point of interest, I should say, is right in front of the door. So that's all going to turn to fire there. So it's actually a pretty good thing we moved him into position, especially since one of those is blocking the entryway. So that one's cleared out now. Oh, almost turned that to smoke. That would have been a bad decision. Use up all of his points, moving in position for next turn, since we're going to continue on down that way and try and get that smoke if we can. So that is, in fact, the final victim right there at the entryway. So we're going to go ahead and just get back in as soon as we can with the other guy. Alright, so all the fire, and I guess I'm not sure if that's like a living room or what that's supposed to be, but that's all extinguished. This has couches and stuff in it too, so I'm not sure what's supposed to be what. So let's go ahead and knock that down to smoke. Okay. Kind of a bad situation going on in there. Same thing as the other room that was up here, the bathroom, where that could turn into fire at any second, that whole room. But that's our last victim, so we're gonna go ahead and we got an achievement for that, for all clear. So that is Flashpoint, guys. It's a pretty simple game. It gets a little bit more complicated in the experienced version, where, like I said, you get specialist firefighters. You get to use a fire engine and a gurney, and you have to manage where those are located. You have hazmat and things like that you have to deal with too. So there's certainly a lot more difficult. At any rate, guys, that was just the first one of many maps here. So actually, you know what? We're only at 17 minutes. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other options. So you got family and experienced. Both of them seem to be pretty much the same victory conditions throughout currently. So that is, seven victims rescued, or you lose if you lose 24 wall damage, or if you lose 4 of the victims, you lose. So, I mean, that, and it also seems that if you have enough of your firefighters die or get wounded, I should say, you also lose that way. So there is 7 houses in the family version, and then another 7 in the experienced. But the cool thing about this is that these houses, while they're all different layouts and, I guess kind of different surrounding areas, they're all pretty similar in the experience that you ultimately get when you get in there. And the cool thing about it is it's all random. So even if you're to just do house number 1, 10 times in a row, every game is going to be different. Especially if you're playing in something like experienced, where you have the different classes and stuff, because you're going to approach those situations differently. And this is both, like I said, single player and multiplayer. Probably would recommend it if you have people to play this in multiplayer with to do so. It's still a lot of fun in single player. At any rate, guys, let me know what you think of Flashpoint Fire Rescue, and I will see you guys in the next video.